So you want to be a ball coach, huh? That's kind of. Listen, man, we're just not executing. We're for whatever reason. Hats off to Arlington. I mean, they came in our home. They executed better than we did. It's just frustrating. You know, I see the hard work that these kids put into it, but right now it's just more of a mental thing. You know, we all understand why a lot of these guys are here in the XFL, and I'm trying like hell to help them out. And a lot of it really doesn't have to do with football. You know, it's stuff outside of football. So that's why my frustrations, man, are so high, because I see the guys putting in a lot of work, and I see the time that they committed to it, but the lack of execution, I mean, of course, it always starts with the head coach. You know, I tried to change some things up offensively. Having Reid started off, he ended up with a foot injury in the second half. Couldn't play for the rest of the game. We lost Norman Price with a knee injury, so he went down. I mean, he's gutting it out, trying his best to stay in the fight. Jeffers had a ankle injury, so, you know, I appreciate all these guys fighting their tails off, but third down efficiency, it wasn't up to our standards. The lack of explosive plays wasn't up to our standards. We just got to find a way to be able to adjust in the second half. You know, I thought we did good to get some points at the end. We went down there and we had a turnover. You know, that was the one thing I've been stressing. When you're not clicking on all cylinders, you can't turn the football over. We had 2 today, you know, which they got the turnover, and then they went 98 yards down and scored on us. So that's just a momentum killer there. But, I mean, it is what it is. We're a 1-4 team. Just frustrated, man, because I know we're better than that. It's just, you know, we got to execute better. And until we do that, we're going to continue to struggle. So that was really my message to the team. We face this team again next week in Arlington. So, you know, we're familiar with each other. It just hurts. It's a divisional game, and I've learned a lot about myself. I'm learning a lot about my teams. I'm learning a lot about my coaches. So as you're getting thrown into the fire, you're trying your best to put out a lot of fires and trying to adjust and get things how you want it. So I'm still learning. I'm still growing. But I'm going to get things fixed. I'm going to start doing the things how I want it to do.
Coach, what went into the decision to start Reid?
We just needed something different. I mean, it's like, it wasn't nothing against Jack. It's just, you know, philosophies. We just needed a whole new reset, you know. I love Reid's mobility. I think that he got us a lot of, when protection broke down, he was able to create. You know, I think you saw that on the touchdown pass that he threw to Vasher. And in this league, when protection's not at a premium, you need athleticism, being able to move around in the pocket and create things. And that's what Reid brought to the table, you know. I don't know how severe his foot injury is, but it was just sad because he worked his tail off. He was super excited, man. He's always been a consummate pro. Even when he wasn't named a starter, he was helping. Actually had some insights on some plays. So hopefully we'll see where his foot is with that. But I love the crap out of him, man, because he's everything you want in a quarterback. I mean, from first guy in the building to show up, the last guy to leave. I mean, he really loved ball. So.
Gabriel Romero with MySA. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to see what are some of the challenges of playing the same team 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, I've never done it, ever. But it's just a part of the business. I mean, for us, we have to clearly change something in the game plan to make something that's different. We just got to be more efficient. and we got to score some points, man. I was on the team during my playing days where the offense, we weren't scoring points, but our defense found ways to create some points and create turnovers to put us in the short field. And right now, we're just not complimenting each other. Tenney got an interception and we went right down and scored. We have to do more on that, and that's what I was in search for. But all season long, being 1-4, we've shown flashes. We just haven't been able to keep it consistent for a full 60 minutes. And I think that's all a part of the learning process, the growth of our players, developing these players. And like I said, maybe we got some playmakers. We just have to keep pushing them to get better, teaching them how to be a pro, teaching them you got to have a short memory when things don't go well. I can tell you what I've seen thus far in the league when things don't go well. A lot of these kids go in the tank very fast, and that's what we got to help develop them out. Especially if you're trying to go at the next level, you're going to get beat because they get paid too. But it's the good ones who can be able to have a short-term memory and respond and bounce back. And I think that with the players that we have in our league, I see that a lot. They can't overcome themselves of making a mistake or getting beat on the coverage. They just dwell on it, and the next thing you know, another play happens, and it's a snowball effect. So I'm trying like hell to help the players in that sense, and I'm going to continue to be on them and help them because, I can see that's the reason why they're down here playing in our league in the XFL. They just have to grow and to develop about being a pro about that.
One more question?
Yeah. How did it feel to be back here after?
Man, I love San Antonio, man. I'm disappointed, man, because I want to give the fans more. I signed up for this job thinking that, man, it'd be so awesome to bring a nice product and put on the field, for our fans, for the good people of San Antonio, man. So I'm more disappointed in myself, not only for the players, but for the fans of San Antonio, man. I know tickets aren't cheap. I know a lot of people, they spend their hard-earned money to come out and show their support, and I appreciate the hell out of them for doing that, So, I apologize because it's my job as a head coach to put a better product on the field, and I'm going to work like crazy to do that. I will do that, I don't sleep at night because I want it not only from my players but for the fans. So my brain is always going to tweak things and be wondering how can I improve this thing, and I'm gonna do all I can to get this thing right. So it's been a while since we played at home, but right now we're 0-2. So I know we finished the season up with 3 games, man. I want to make sure that the people get their money's worth in those last 3 games, man. I think we owe it to our fan base to do that, and I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm going to keep changing things to get it right. So whatever I got to do, I'm going to do all I can to fix it because I know it's on my shoulders, and I take full responsibility of where we at. We're 1-4, and that falls on me.
Reid, when did you find out that you were going to be starting tonight?
We had discussed it. It was going to be a, competition throughout the week, but, it was something that we knew we were both going to play. And, so I prepared the same way I would every week.
How did it feel on that touchdown drive?
Awesome. You play the game to be out there, and especially as a quarterback, that's all you want. So it felt good to be out there and, being the guy in the huddle and getting to lead the team. And, TJ Vasher's a hell of a player, and it was awesome to be out there with him. And, I feel like we're moving in the right direction. Obviously, we got to score some more touchdowns if we're going to want to win some more games, but I really do feel like we're moving in the right direction.
What was the play you got hurt on? Like, did you know it? Is it broke? Anything like that?
We're going to find out. We got to talk to the doctors and all that stuff. But, like I said, I felt like we were moving in the right direction and moving the ball a little bit. And then, unfortunately, we just couldn't punch it in the end zone. And, after that, it felt like we were beating ourselves, going backwards with some penalties and things like that. And that's what we've, done so far. So hopefully we can keep getting better at all the little things that come as running an offense. And, I think we're a talented team, and we're continuing to beat ourselves at times. And, got 10 guys on the same page and one guy not sometimes. And that's going to be what it takes for us to win some football games.
And then how tough was it for you to just not be able to finish the game?
Tough. Like getting an opportunity to be out there like I was and feeling like I was able to contribute and being a difference maker on the field. It's what I wanted all season. And having something freaky happen, a non-contact injury, and then, not being able to stand on it, tough. So we're going to figure out what's going on, and we'll keep it moving.
Coach was mentioning some of the disconnect on offense is just not quite there. Is there a thing or two that even when you weren't starting game that you can pinpoint that just needs to get there that's not quite there yet?
Like I said, it's, we got 10 guys doing the right thing and one guy not. And the hard part about how this league was set up is, everything happened so quickly. You didn't have a ton of time to build chemistry and necessarily figure out, what your strengths and weaknesses were right away. And unfortunately, we found out throughout some of the games, what we're good at and maybe what we're not good at. And I think a couple times every game, if we punch it in the end zone one more time, I think it's a totally different story. And, that comes from just sustaining drives and making sure that we can stay ahead of the sticks, and we're beating ourselves with penalties and some of the little things. So it's a combination of lots of things. But like I said, I think we've got a ton of talent. We, have put together great drives, and we're moving the football a lot of the time. It's about making sure that we can score touchdowns.
How was it being back in front of the home crowd tonight?
It was awesome. Being around, last night and walking around. I love this city. It's really cool to be a part of. And, blue collar city, we got to go visit some military folks yesterday. And it's really cool to get to see more and more of the city. And unfortunately, we couldn't bring home a win for the home fans. And, it's a late night game, and there's a lot of people coming out on a Sunday night. It's tough for us to not be able to punch in the end zone and, get a win for the home fans. But we got 3 in a row to end our season, and I really think we're still in it if we, can beat Arlington next week and some things go our way. I don't think we're out of this. So we're going to keep trying to find the things that are going to have, success, and we'll keep moving forward. Yeah.
Thanks, Reid.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Jordan, how did it feel to be back in the Alamo Dome after a month away?
Oh man, like Hines was saying, man, the way we had the Alamo Dome rocking the first game was just incredible. We knew we had a fan base, so it's like we wanted to play for San Antonio. You know what I mean? We're playing for bigger, like we're playing for our families too, but again, we're also playing for the whole town of San Antonio. And like he said, man, we're apologizing for the product that we're putting out there because it's just not good enough yet.
What was it in the second half where it kind of they had that 98-yard drive and that kind of turned to the game?
Again, we just got to execute on certain third downs. We have to get off the field. We got to make that more of an emphasis to really just hone in on that it's third down, and we do need to get off the field. And, hey, man, we got to make more plays than we have.
What's a feeling in the locker room right now, halfway through the season, 5 games remaining, and then gonna face the same team again this weekend?
Absolutely. So right now in the locker room, man, we're a 1-4 team, but we know we're not a 1-4 team. We're not playing the best ball that we could, not playing complimentary. So we're just all ready for it all to come together, ready for us to all put it together, offense, defense, special teams, and we go out there and really dominate a team and win the whole game all the way through.
Any questions?
Appreciate y'all.